This is the place. And when we see each other, we can start playing together and working together. Those things you call commercials, I don't make those. People who want to play make them. And I don't know what my control is for it, especially that big moment.
Gentlemen, this is the elimination course. My calling is to keep men out of the ministry. I consider my test a success when the blood is 4 feet deep and the bodies are floating around the room.
That's amazing.
Now, we're trying to gain people's attention. Before the people were able to commit to a follow, and again, I can't help but watch this and think, things are riding us. Things are riding us. And it's increasingly obvious.
Modernity sort of lured us into imagining we were in charge. That we were somehow in control, but we're not in control.
You've got a tiny group of people that are just sort of hyper about the blues, and they're learning together, and all of this new stuff sort of bursts forth. And in Laurel Canyon, you have this tiny little group of people that are sort of working on this, and then, you know, in some ways, via technology, this stuff just spreads all out throughout the world.
It of course made me think about this little corner, because what doesn't? And it made me think about the little group of people that are just playing with things now.
And
I thought Jordan Hall said it very well in the conversation, you know.
What's up, everybody?
Hello. I see the assassin fail. 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 Oh, hi there. Hi there. This is the Terrible and Beautiful Naming Things stream for October 19, 2024. Happy birthday if you were born today. I'm Grim Grizz, and this is what we do. It's little live streams. I was thinking the other day about how I've always known that part of what I do is like Valerie's letter from V for Vendetta. But it's also a little bit of I Am Legend on the pier, and we sometimes do cards for the show. They come from a variety of decks. This one is the agency deck, and the card is the Queen of Clubs. Don't you play the Queen of Clubs? Oh, that's not the right one. This show is currently executive produced by Upcycle Club and the German Dragon, and you can join the ranks of the Shadow Cabal executive producers by joining channel memberships at the highest of tiers. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all.
I listen to him. I think he is telling us the truth. That is indeed what he wants. Those of you who are sort of sniffing for duplicity or grift or dishonesty, I don't smell any of that here. I think he's telling us. I see this guy. I see both of these guys, but I see this guy as being very, very genuine and honest. He is telling us exactly what he thinks.
And if it's your first, oh look, it's Kiki, guys. Kiki's on the camera now. Kiki, what's up? You're in luck if you've never come around before, because once upon a time there was a story someone told me about two little fish guys hanging out, chatting. Fish were chatting on the way to some place little young fish go to chat. I don't know. And an old fish swam by, and an old fish was like, "Hey, how's the water, boys?" And the young fish were like, "What the hell is water?" It's like that with you. I'm the old fish, and you're the young fish, and it's mind control. And here on the Grimgriz streams, you get a savings throw against the mind control. All you got to do to get one is choose between survival, social, wisdom, or heart as the basis of the energies you'll use to resist the mind control. I roll the die. If it comes up over 10, you've made your savings throw and take half damage from the mind control you're always swimming in. At least for a little while. In between now and the next saves. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. Survival is coming in not so strong. That's an 8 for you, but a hive mind chat will give you a bonus or 2. Socialist with the 3, you're going to need more than a bonus from me. That's a 7 indigo. You'll need, speaking of 7 indigo, wisdom, folks. Got the chakras on their savings throw. Man, nobody made it. Heart, folks, pairing it up with an 8 as well. It's shiny. You see him, but now I'm not showing him. Indigo kids. You got the two. You got those 2 8s. You got 16 there.
Is everything all right in here?
Yes, Nanny.
What makes you assume that I'm not about to feed you all to the crocodile? What makes you assume that I'm not about to feed you all to the crocodile? What makes you assume that I'm not about to feed you all to the crocodile?
That's very exciting. Hello. I see the assassins have failed.
Did you get that on video? No. Mom, I'm not going to. No, that's, I'll show you later. Look, the gator is obviously. Send me that. 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 Hey, yo! I just feel bad for this game. My God. Yes, it's okay.
Welcome to the terrible and beautiful stream, naming things. Hey, look, it's Lobster Monkey Eugene there with a beholder in his eye, and who's that other guy? Well, we don't know, and the primary purpose of today's stream is to help get this fella named. He's part of the Denim Wars overlap of the Lobster Monkeys. So is Eugene. He's got a denim jacket. The Denim Wars, of course, initiated by this Lobster Monkey versus one Cale Zeldin. Look him up. He's fun. Hey, make America honest again. Choose denim. Remember it.
This agency. We want back. Remember it.
This. Anyway, back to the main point about morality.
We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see doing what is right for me. Just lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency.
We got to give a shout out to Anselman for the Hive Mind's chuckle. Two fish in a tank. One says to the other, do you know how to drive this thing? And Casey Foolstrike is right. With a heart of 8, a +3 from being the fancy Twitter logo. Look at that over there. You see it's got that tiny little X thing? You get a +3 from that Hive Mind, but you don't get the touchy VNA feels so much over on the X, I don't think. Have you guys seen the Friday Morning Nameless Chair? This is a very difficult and challenging stream because I've decided to make a difficult and challenging thing. I have over here my phone set to a timer of 3 minutes. in which I will try to go 3 minutes between brandings once I start training. I'm trying to get better. This is the Larpgate Year 5 Winter Solstice, and it's time to get better, maybe. Blue Church card of the show is the 8. The 8 of spades. Oh, no, that's an invalid shuffle. I left that one. The 8 of hearts. The 10 of hearts wasn't involved in the shuffle. That was a corrupt draw. Forgive me. It's... All right, terrible and beautiful. Let's get that thumbnail delivery out the way. It's you never get clickbait over here. I deliver on the title naming things and the thumbnail. Terrible and beautiful. Look at these guys. Are they not both terrible and beautiful? Lobster Monkey Eugene with this bright brain shining there. It's a hive mind honeycomb if you zoom in real tight. But he unfortunately had claws pop out of his head. You see, eugenics is a very messy process, and sometimes things don't come out quite right. But check out our new entry into the Lobster Monkey Pantheon. What's his name? Yeah, see, that's the problem we're having. I had very explicit instructions that we would be naming him on the comments section of this other stream we did yesterday. A live stream you did yesterday? Yes, that's where you expect people to go to participate in the naming of this lobster monkey. It's true. It's true. Over on the comments section of AstroTurf Pantheon, the Socioception stream. Share this tab. Go to the thing and then share this tab instead. It looks like this when you're there.
Oh, rejoice, your nails all got chewed off. Oh, rejoice, in the whole fuck you're bleeding there. Oh, rejoice, you burned your whole beard off. Rejoice, despite the fact this world will hurt you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will kill you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will tear you to rest. Rejoice because you're trying your best.
I love that one.
All right, I think they can do better, and I think the comment pop-ups can be better. Let's see what you guys can do right after this.
Mark with a coward shame. What do you do when you're branded? Will you fight for your name?
Rejoice, although this world will devastate you. And rejoice, although this world will penetrate you. And rejoice, although you will not survive. Rejoice, you'll never make it out alive.
Excellent rehearsal, gentlemen.
And rejoice, your hair, it smells like burning hair. Oh, rejoice, your nails all got chewed off.
Chewed off.
Rejoice, and holy fuck, you're bleeding there.
Bleeding there.
Oh, rejoice, you burned your whole beard off. Rejoice, despite the fact this world will hurt you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will kill you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will tear you to rest. Rejoice because you're trying your best.
Hey, I love that one. That's gorgeous. Thank you.
This means that the individual psyche is far from being safely synthesized. On the contrary, it threatens to fragment only too easily under the onslaught of unchecked emotions. While this situation is familiar to us from the studies of anthropologists, it is not so irrelevant to our own advanced civilization as it might seem. We too can become dissociated and lose our identity. We can be possessed and altered by moods or become unreasonable and unable to recall important facts about ourselves or others, so that people ask, What the devil has gotten into you? We talk about being able to control ourselves, but self-control is a rare and remarkable virtue. All right, we got the 3-minute timer is now started. It'll be 3 minutes before I get to use branding again. We're delivering on the naming things portion of the naming things and a terrible and beautiful stream. See, the thing was, we were trying to name this new lobster monkey here with this cute little head, this guy here, and the instructions were very clearly that we'd be doing it in the comments section of this video here, Socioception. And we have such official entry names as Replay Ralph by one Nathaniel J. Franco, Charles Dunbar from Chad the Girl Dad, Red Hat Ronald from Afrio Pilots, and Grima Worm Tongue from Alexarin, and Buttonfly, I think that might be a naming suggestion, and Snapper, and Gangsta Monkey. And the thing of it is, though, if you watch this actual stream, this part here, and you do it in such a way that the live chat replay, yes, open panel. Oh, you can't yet; it's still too fresh. If you watch the replay in the comment hive mind, there's such better names, and then I'm like, it's going to be difficult. Why don't you go to your community tab? You have one? Yeah, on your channel. You have a channel? Yeah, it's here. Look, watch. You're on the channel somewhere, and you say, oh, there's the replay. Never mind. What are you talking about? There's not one. Shh. Anyway, you're on the channel over here. There's this community button way over here. How satisfied am I? Slightly satisfied. Other. You're welcome. See, I made this post here with the convenient link. If you open, no, you didn't put the link in there? Okay. But I did the instructions, and then people are also putting, names here, like Champ, and Brooding Legionary Champ, and Chimpy McLobster, and I have no idea how to sort out all these different naming entries or how to handle the official voting for our naming things of this thing. But maybe he's a transgender lobster monkey. Who even knows? We don't know. We don't even have a name. And so that's why the stream is titled that. I've delivered on the title. And I think it's 6 seconds until I get to play some branding again. How about that?
Slime! What? It's a river of slime!
And now, this program is brought to you by
Glass TV on here. Why would we need a TV? A darn TV. Why on earth would you put a TV in here? A darn TV. Why on earth would you put a TV in here? Why would we need a TV? A darn TV. A darn TV. A darn TV. Why on earth would you put a TV in here? Why would we need a TV? Why on earth a darn TV? Why on earth would you put a TV in here? Like love is worth saving.
I don't know love.
Now encompasses everything. Does it not?
It's all there is.
It's all there is.
You choose survival, social, wisdom, or heart.
Survival is a nice bottom line. that which promotes survival is good. There's a problem in there too, though, because survival of what? Maybe the survival of human beings is to bind us with machines. Well, is that us? Well, what is us? What is a human being? We're going to get to that in a minute. Remember, survival is supposedly the bottom line. But survival exactly of what? And see, I would argue the Greeks said, well, eternal life is the story going forward.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good times, good times. We're starting our next 3-minute repetition because we're training. We're in training. We have exciting developments in the hive mind. We have Ron Copperman saying "Ionk," and he's apparently got a tale of going deep involved with the mystery occultists of the New Age that we have to extract from him. And there's also a Mark Parker who I last saw on a live stream from Pastapal as an infiltrator of the elusive Baker's Coven number of seats event that Pastor Paul is having at some wild location. I forget the name, but I remember Rascal is in the hive mind, and that's always great. We're here at the Naming Things Beautiful and Terrible and Beautiful. Brought to you by those guys. Terrible and Beautiful stream. And now I'm going to be delivering on that thumbnail in this 3-minute repetition. Watch how I'm not playing any branding. Hey, okay. There, the Jack. The Jack of Diamonds is our Canadian deck card for the show. And with that, we go into the Terrible and the Beautiful. And that's basically the background. You know, we have our intentionality network sitting in the background that's updated through the way we tell stories. And my axiomatic prepositional propositions that construct my understanding of the bubble in which I operate, this pocket of intelligibility, if you will, the ones that I know I have, because there's ones in the shadow that I operate under that I'm not aware I hold axiomatic beliefs about the universe. But there's ones I do know, and such as like, it seems to me most likely that humans are hubristic in believing they're at the top of the food chain. And as such, that's probably not the case. And if that's not the case, in what reality do I find myself? The presupposition is that the humans aren't at the top of the food chain, that maybe I'm just a chicken or a rabbit. And it came to pass that in today's room of requirement over on the Broken Clock Discord, we do that on Saturdays, Afriel brought up Watership Down. And that's where the rabbits that are getting their homes destroyed find their way into a farm place where there's other rabbits at the farm. And since it's known to us that one of the first things the deific figures did was give us the gift of agriculture and farming, that it stands to reason that if we're not at the top of the food chain, then we're probably being farmed. And then there's how are we supposed to operate in a world where we were born on the farm and all of our friends are being farmed? And the best I can have, the best I've come up with for that solution is from this Stop it feature film. What, is it not loaded anymore? No, you've just loaded way too many.
About to go into a dark winter, and
it's got to be.
Ducks eat bread.
They do. They like it.
Right here.
In all our searching, the only thing we've found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other.
And in the vein of the axiomatic presuppositions that I just exposed to you, I'm going to take you back to a time of 2020, in which this man named Daniel Schmachtenberger made an appearance on what was definitely modern wisdom then. It might not be modern wisdom anymore. It might be the Chris Williamson show now. But this guy, and I personally, me, the Grim Grace, got very excited by what this man said because it seemed almost the same to me as when a certain professor got up at 2:00 in the morning and made a controversial video saying you don't get to put words in my mouth, like that. It seemed like a moment like that anybody would be publicly saying what this man said, but it turns out that Schmachtenberger is a nothing burger, and that never happened. But let us recall together what it was he said that got me so squirmish, squish.
And so the fact that there might be some neural correlates to experience doesn't mean you're measuring the experience. It means there's some neural correlate, right? But that's still the domain of third person, which is fundamentally never first person. So first person is outside of the domain of science formally. This is important because it says science is not a method of knowing all of reality. It's a method of knowing parts of reality. And there's parts of reality that are rigorously outside of the methods of science. But we want something like we had with science, which was a better process of knowing. And so are there better processes of knowing about the nature of first person and the nature of the relationship between first person and third person? Because a meaningful life is going to involve the nature of the world. It's also going to involve the nature of my experience, and it's going to involve the relationship between me and the world.
The list?
Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast magic missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting magic missile. Why are you casting magic missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
Oh, what a fumble that was. I thought the music break was low. Okay, great news. I found the part I'm actually looking for. But that was a great other part that we've got in there as a bonus. And also as a bonus, we get the casino deck card of the show, the Deuce of Diamonds. The Deuce of Diamonds. Here's the bit that I thought was a great revelation that would awaken the masses.
Pray better. Because they're getting the weak genes out, and so then the stronger genes come. The slightly faster lion that eats the slow gazelle makes gazelle slower over long periods of time. So ultimately, predatory dynamics, violence, winning, competition is what drives all good things and progress and like that. That's a very classic, very narrow idea that takes one very tiny part of science and tries to blow it up to be the meta frame and then interpret it in a way that people wanted to interpret anyways. To basically justify shit that they wanted to do. I won't say the name, but
here it is. I won't say the name. That's the bait. Are you baited? Gregory the theologian was.
a couple of the people that are amongst the most powerful people in the world in terms of high finance have basically quoted almost all of this to me verbatim in conversations as how they see the world. And they said, either, like, basically apex predators define the topology of the space. And so either you're the apex predator or somebody else is, but the apex predators are going to be the one who run shit. And if you don't like that, you just won't be one of the ones who run shit. One of the guys said pretty directly, all animals are either predators or prey. And predators don't feel bad when they kill prey. And if you feel bad when the prey humans die, then you just said what kind of animal you are, and that animal doesn't run the world.
LARP! We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard. LARP! We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard. That was a McMo one, I think. I believe that was a McMo masterpiece. I think that was his stylistic impression, signature thereof. Okay. And there we go, starting another rep. So as fundamentally as such as the humans have a problem with hubris. That's first we thought the Earth was flat, then we thought the Earth was the center of the universe, then we thought the solar system was the center of the universe. We keep, as we see more, as we understand that the thing that we exist in generates more and more the further you look. If you look tiny small, we keep finding more. And if you look big up high, we keep finding more. And it's almost as if this magical garden place will generate for us infinity of where we spend our attention, which is interesting, an interesting angle. But as such, we have to note the history of human hubris and whether or not we're the top of the food chain, especially the humans that we happen to be. Let us say that. Not only like we and they, it happened to be, since I was trying to do this repetition thing, that I got out these cards, this stack of cards from previous shows, and the one that happened to be at the top is the social facts of us versus them. There's a world timeline, if you will, in which there's a lady named after a hill that Clint Town's Hill, that's in some universe, some currently existing timelines. She's what they call a frazzle dripper, which eats little girls' faces, and Ellen wears sweatshirts that commemorate that event because this is such a PvP server. And then there's other worlds in which she's a champion for women's rights, or something, a glass ceiling shadower, a matriarch of the power of the machine. But all these timelines exist at the same time. You don't know. They're in the realm of the unknown unknowns, which is actually accurate. And it's, the thing of it is, as far as I can tell, no matter what sense we make of it, it'll turn out that the whole thing is way more terrible and beautiful than our human brains can possibly imagine. Casino deck bonus card, the Four of Clubs. Oh gosh, you didn't make it. You still have 30 seconds to remind everybody that there's ongoing estuary campfires forming. One might be the regional. I think they're regional. Deadwood burning events, campfire estuary, whatnots. One seems to be forming in early November, like next month, in the Pacific Northwest, where the power pulse of the sanctuary event still goes strong, so stay tuned for more information on that. Also, please just buy a hat. And goodness gracious, is it time for branding yet? Money. Ah, you left a hat up. Yes, it does sound like the movie network from 1979. And while we're organizing on the Discord, why don't we start doing watch parties of things like network, like things that have memetically penetrated and shaped how we view our background reality. We ought to share to align our background realities or something. Don't remember. Okay, here's we're going to do. This is the naming thing stream because we're trying to figure out how we're going to name this guy. And what we're going to do is we're going to collect the names on the YouTube community post. I showed you how to get to. So if you made a guy on the replay comment like you were instructed, you can have a +4 the next stream saves. But your official name entry is going to have to be on the YouTube commentary section. And then we'll follow up in the future with the name suggestions and the voting process and the monetary tie-in. What? No, they get nothing. They get nothing for naming the monkey except naming the next lobster monkey, like our good friend Denimore's Denny was once named. That makes you feel part of it, right? You're virtually not alone. We're all here together in this timeline where we may or may not be sheep. Let us know what you think about how beautiful and terrible it is in the replay comments, because those are buried now. I'm jealous of Pastor Paul's comment section. That's the thing. Okay. That's the naming thing, and do the beautiful and terrible in the comments. And